What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Cardinals, and if you guys are new to this channel, please feel free to smash the like button, that subscribe button down below if you haven't already. Road to 400 subscribers. And this afternoon, I will be simulating the 1-3 Arizona Cardinals versus the 4-0 San Francisco 49ers. This is probably not gonna be a close game, but still we're gonna simulate it because why the frick not? Yep, we are back with the Madden simulations. Yeah, we're gonna be jumping right to the swing of things. So let me know in the chat or in the comments down below what you guys got me in this game and your score predictions. I'll be checking those out. And yeah, without further ado, we're gonna jump right to the simulation. So we're gonna upgrade some guys, and we'll get the rankings, and then we'll go forward. So let's do this. Let's go. No upgrades for the Cardinals, so we'll jump right over. We'll jump right over to the 49ers. Alright. Looks like the 49ers got some upgrades, so we'll do those right now. Spencer Burford will be in 69 overall, nice, and Brandon Parker, who will also be a 69, nice. So, not to say of upgrades that the 49ers would have preferred, but I mean they're like already like an 89 overall team, so it's not like they're already they're bad or anything, but yeah. All right. So, oh wow. Offensively, both these teams are not that good. The Cardinals have the number 31 offense league, and the 49ers have the number 27 offense league. Defensively, the Cardinals have the number 25 defense in the league, and the 49ers have the number 15 defense in the league. So, yeah. And that's where we're at for the rankings, and now we're gonna jump right into the simulation. Let's go. Yeah, the Cardinals are cooked here. If you're a Cardinals fan, I'm sorry, but this is probably gonna be an absolute disaster class.
Today, from Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California, it's Week 5 of the NFL on EA Sports. San Francisco 49ers taking on Desmond Ridder and the Arizona Cardinals.
The onset of fall weather, certainly a welcome occurrence for folks in Silicon Valley, and we've got football on a gorgeous day here in Santa Clara as we are situated at Levi's Stadium. Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at these 49ers as they interplay here. It's been all systems go in this first month. They're off to a 4-0 start.
And scout folks believe that this is a team that's built to go all the way. You can't win the Super Bowl in September, but they're telling everyone that they're going to be there in the end.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Cardinals here, we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should, and what you have now is a full routine established about what you want to get done and full focus on the season.
Seems like like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. And a glance here at their quarterback, standing 6'3".
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might have considered that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
Meanwhile, Ritter's throw here going to be caught by Wilson. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Ritter with it after the play fake. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. They'll try and pick it up by running the action to the right. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Gillikin on the punt now on 4th down. Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Well, the 49ers getting ready to go on offense, and it's the Pro Bowler Brock Purdy at the helm in his 3rd NFL season now out of Iowa State.
And the great story of Brock Purdy continues. Had he been drafted in the 1st round, I think people would be singing his praises to the skies, but for whatever reason, people can't let go of the fact he's Mr. Irrelevant, and they don't give him the credit he deserves. He is not just a system quarterback. He's a guy who enhances his team. Not just along for the ride, he's the one steering the ship, and without it, their ceiling significantly drops.
On 2nd down, here's the option. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. So not his arm, but hurting him with his legs. A gain of 19 on the keeper and a 1st down. I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
And that nearly intercepted on his very first throw of the game. Fortunate there, it's 2nd down. He's going to use his legs here. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Purdy. Look in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
In motion left goes Jennings. He's going to handle it on the touch pass. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. The Niners are the perfect 4-0 to start the campaign. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Now Purdy with a throw that's caught by Samuel. A gain of 8 there on the play. And 3rd and 1 now. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and pick it up with Mitchell. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. He's going to try and take off with it. And he lost the football. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumbled, recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
The fumble on 1st down now. Here's 2nd down. Up the middle, here's Mitchell. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, snapped at the 11. Now a 3rd and 6. Purdy looking to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. Touchdown 49ers. Deebo Samuel, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Niners are on the board first here this afternoon. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Moody good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it's Deebo Samuel who caps things with a touchdown reception. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And a touchback as Dortch elects not to return it. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And the last drive, their 1st drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession and try and get things moving.
So tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one's kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their 2nd drive. They'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion left. And they'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So not quite a 1st down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. And they'll run it here. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal. On the quick handoff, it's Juszczyk. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. They run over center with Mitchell. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll try and power it in with Juszczyk. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Kyle Juszczyk, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the 49ers lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. And when the smaller guy can't power it across the goal line, Charles, sometimes you need to go with a fullback. They did. It worked.
What's that thing about force and mass? How's that?
Oh, yeah. Force equals mass times acceleration.
Oh, that's big-time stuff. That's from the same guy the apple dropped on his head, right?
The extra point try now for Moody. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And a touchback as George elects not to return it. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands. You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now the veteran workhorse, here's James Conner. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Option left, and Ritter keeps it. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think his big boys up front, that offensive line, they've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
Here's 3rd and 10. Ritter back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the 1st down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Ritter off the play fake. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Nick Bosa able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Ritter will set up to throw it. Open man here is Benson. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the 1st down marker is here on 3rd. Ritter to throw it. He'll find his rookie wideout from Ohio State here. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 24-yard line. 23 yards, the final tally.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
first and 10. Wide open receiver complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Ritter going to keep it. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. Not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
From back at the 4, here's second and goal. Looking to throw it here, Ritter. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A couple extra tight ends are in. Third and goal from the 1. Connor will take this one in. It's a Cardinal touchdown. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Now Matt Prater for the point after. And that one makes it 14-7. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it was a touchdown run by James Conner that was the exclamation mark. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. He takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. So here are the Niners to take over on offense. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start first and 10. Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. They'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11. You look at this Arizona defense, and they've shown the ability to play tough against the pass, currently ranked number 9 in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11. Now Purdy. They'll find Ayuk open. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
On first down, Purdy. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Motion to the left with Jennings. They'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On third down, it's Purdy. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. The drive stays alive. A third down gain of 8.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. Third and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 43. Now an option play, and he'll keep it. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter. Here's a 2nd and 8. As they've got it as we resume action. Throwing on second down, it's Purdy. That's into the hands of Pearsall on the right side. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and now it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw, Purdy. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 22-yard line. 14 yards that time for number 14.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Looking to throw on first down here. And this is caught. Jennings. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They've moved right down the field. And just like that, they're going to be set up for the 1st and goal.
This on 1st and goal. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. It's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. A handoff from Mitchell running left, and he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. This offense so far on 3rd down can't be any better than a perfect 6 for 6. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Purdy will set up to throw it here. And this is going to be intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And the Cardinals are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The defense, Charles, they bit a little bit, but they did not break. And then on 3rd and goal there, the huge interception.
Think of the momentum they're carrying with them right now, Brandon, because in their mind, whether they want to admit it or not, they were conceding 3 points. Their goal was to keep them out of the end zone, not give up a touchdown. Instead, they give up nothing. What a big-time play and a big-time stop by them.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Oh, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. Ritter from the gun. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Here's Ritter. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Nick Bosa. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
Here's Blake Gillikin now. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you could build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
Well, that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
First down, here's Mitchell. That's some strong running. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Jennings, a receiver in motion right. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away. Tackle made by Kaiser White. You know he can fly to the ball, and he showed it there.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. This time they'll throw it. Here's Purdy. And this complete to Mitchell. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 30. In motion left goes Jennings. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. He's into space past the 25. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. 25 yards that time. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. They'll run. This is Jordan Mason. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. throwing here. Purdy. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. So Purdy off and Moody on for the 49er field goal. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And this one is right through. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10.
Ready. Yellow. 22.
The drive will start with Connor. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now it's 2nd and 10. Ritter. Ritter slides down, and he has enough for the first. A nice pickup of 17 yards.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
Come on, set. 32.
Ritter looking to throw on 1st and 10. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball in his hands a lot quicker.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Working from the gun, Ritter. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Connor. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Ritter now. Steps away to his left. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down.
This is where the NFL is headed year by year, partner. A league where just about everyone has someone under center who can get you with their legs as well as their arm. And we've certainly had a nice display of that from both QBs in this game. And that continued with that 1st down run.
Here we go.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Jones now in motion left. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Back to throw, Ritter. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. We're backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st. Ritter throwing on 3rd down. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
Like any team plan, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least. If they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This officially a 55-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and they will not cut into that 10-point lead. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. And last time they were able to churn some clock, they got the field goal, added on to their lead, but that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game, but we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true. Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
Bilal Nichols in there to take him down.
Well, that's an excellent way to get the pass rush activated. The first sack of the game for them comes on the first play of the drive, and it makes it very tough for the opponent to pick up a first down now, playing behind the sticks.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They run the option on second down. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets them back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on third down. Another carry here for the fullback, Juszczyk. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. On fourth down, the Niners trot out Mitch Wishnowsky to punt the football. Greg Dortch back deep. Taking it about the 16. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And the Cards will take over first and 10. Arizona's offense back out and ready to go. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. First down, here's Ritter. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's first and 10. Out of the gun, here's Ritter. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his round, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Second and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And Jones has it over the middle. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. First and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Leonard Floyd, that is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. So that now 4 first first half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
Partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Another try after the first down sack. Ritter caught. It's Wilson. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on third down. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Leonard Floyd able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. So we've hit halftime here in Santa Clara with the 49ers out in front as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. More from you and Charles in a bit. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here in the late window. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. The Niners got a fine performance in the first half from one of their leaders, Brock Purdy. He's got a touchdown pass on the ledger as his guys were able to build a double-digit lead.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. A 10-point game, 17-7 the score as we get back to it on EA Sports. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be license to take some shots downfield.
First man through, it's the fullback use check. The broken tackle, but couldn't create much space. Down just beyond the 35. They'll work from the 36 on 2nd and 6. Purdy from the gun. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And Kittle going to have a 49ers first down as he'll get this to the 44-yard line. Purdy now to throw off the play action. Throw left side complete. That's Mitchell. Call it a gain of a yard, and it'll be second down. They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll come up now 3rd and 9. Purdy. This ball is caught. He's got Debo. Touchdown, 49ers. Debo Samuel with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Niners are able to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Moody good with the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it's Deebo Samuel who caps things with a touchdown reception. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Second down throw coming for Ritter. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. He'll look to throw. Forced out to his. Ritter has it knocked down. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now fourth down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. One, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But two, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now as he's on to kick it away. It's taken to the 26. A good return there, 17 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. Brock Purdy and the 49ers out for their next possession. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter? And continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time.
They were really good on the last drive. So that flag obviously takes away the good yardage that they had on the play.
And talk about a momentum shift, because we can visibly see this celebration shifting from one side of the field to the other as soon as everyone saw the flag.
And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Purdy now on second down. Pass caught by Pearsall. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 14 yards that time for number 14.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Purdy to throw it on first down. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. On second down, here's a keeper by the QB. Yeah, he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 2. Purdy now to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the 49ers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Motion to the left with Jennings. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. 44 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, and shifty. Can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
On first down, they go back to Mitchell. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Mitchell will get into the end zone for a 49er touchdown. So he had the nice run to get him down there. Was stopped just short of the goal line, but they go right back to him, CD, and he delivers to finish the drive off.
A little extra determination there, don't you think, partner? You notice he didn't tap on his helmet and say, get me out after the run down to the end zone. He said, I almost got in. I'm going to get in on my own. I'm staying in. And he carries it across the goal line.
Now Moody for the PAT. And the lead is now 24. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Here's 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Ritter back to throw. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Here's Purdy. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
I'll give them credit winning that first snap and forcing an incompletion. They're hoping that'll deflate the offense a little bit after they took the field charged up after taking over after a turnover.
The throw over the middle, taken in, and inside the 20 before he's brought down. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Now he'll try to run with this. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. On the give, this is their fullback. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. 3rd down and 1. Trying the right side with Mitchell. And he will have the 1st down before he's brought down at the 3. 71 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Some good strong running right there, some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
That would give to the big fullback Juszczyk. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Here's Samuel. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal. Purdy looking to throw. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Calling a loss of 8 there, and it's going to lead to a 4th down. 4th and goal.
3rd and goal they decided to throw for, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open. Left him nowhere to go with the football. Had to absorb the sack.
So Purdy off and Moody on for the 49er field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they got the turnover started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. Goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. But it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Nick Bosa able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
A tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. Ritter to throw it. Finding his target, it's Trey McBride. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They give up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. So possession goes over here on the punt, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They have picked up right where they left off in half number 1, just looking really dominant, extending this lead.
And it's fun to see when teams actually do that, because so many times you go into the half after playing well, and you kind of relax a little bit. We've got this, we can kind of punch the button whenever we get good and ready. But for a team to keep the intensity and keep the execution up and come back after the half and play so well, that's actually really, really nice to see.
And a pedal to the metal, that's what we're seeing right now. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33. They need 2. Here's 3rd down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. now Samuel. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call, and they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Fights loose. Good coverage there. An even 50-yard punt leads to a return of 5. So out now come the Cardinals. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. On 1st down, Ritter. That pass completed to George. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. 3rd and short, Ritter. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Cardinals 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
And that's understanding where the markers are because it's not just running to them. Because on the catch, you can actually be pushed back before the 1st down. It's getting past it and allowing that opportunity to drift back towards the 1st down line and still having picked it up. Really well run.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw it here, Ritter. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Leonard Floyd. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
Pardon my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front 7 today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Ritter will set up to throw it. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He'll dump this one off to Connor. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Block up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Well, this is intercepted. They get Ritter for the 3rd time. Picked off by Fred Warner. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he can do there, and he winds up giving the ball away.
Well, the 49ers settling in for their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. And they'll send the slot in motion left. He's going to get it on the jet sweep. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. The Niners have the 1st down on a gain of 11. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? but now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs, even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
They run over center with Mitchell. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. Once again, it's Mitchell. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. 3rd and 3. An option give now to Mitchell. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. Going for it, it's Mitchell. Touchdown, 49ers. Elijah Mitchell, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers are well on their way to a 5-0 start as they extend their lead. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed watching their execution throughout this contest.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And a touchback as Dortch elects not to return it. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
Red 38.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. He'll drop to throw. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. 3rd and 4. Now back to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. What a throw right there for the first down. He has taken some real punishment in this game, but still standing in the pocket completing that one.
He's a flat-out warrior. There's no question about that. How about him stepping up into the teeth of the rush and delivering there for that big strike and that big pickup?
32.
Ritter on 1st and 10. And it's caught over the middle. Wilson. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It'll be an Arizona first down on a gain of 17. 4th quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 43. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. A Another throw coming up here for Ritter. A short one here, caught by McBride. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Ritter from the gun on third down. And as he throws, he lost the football. It's loose. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands? Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold onto the football while being jostled?
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Well, they got the ball already. They're not going to risk the yardage and running another fourth down. They decline it.
And what was that they taught you in law school, that possession is 9/10 of the law?
I didn't go to law school.
Oh, you didn't? I thought you did. Well, I'm going to give that to you anyway. Possession is 9/10 of the law, and it's 9/10 of this game, too. Having the football counts.
You're so litigious. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll let the QB keep it here off the option. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Here comes third down at 7. On third down, here's Mitchell. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
They start with a give to counter. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Here's Ritter. A short one here, caught by McBride. They'll give him 4 yards there. And now it's 3rd and 3.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
They'll come up now, 3rd and 3. Back to throw here. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. This has really just been a lopsided affair. What a performance they put on, and now they get the football back here with a big lead in the fourth quarter. You know, in the past, we might be discussing dinner plans, talking about steak and sushi, whatever the case is, CD. This ball game is pretty much well in the books.
Yeah, we really could have started bringing up dinner a long time ago if we wanted to, partner. And I think a few of the guys out in the field already making plans for the evening.
On second down, here's Mitchell. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
That is caught, and they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. First down, here's Mitchell. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. This is Samuel. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down. Up the middle, here's Mitchell. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 132 yards rushing for him now as he's toted it 21 times.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on all those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for San Francisco, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for Arizona, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The 49ers get the win here at home as we say so long from Santa Clara.
All right. So Brock Purdy went 22 for 27 with 315 passing yards, 2 touchdowns and an interception, and his longest pass of the day was from 55 yards. Desmond Ridder went 20 for 32 with 185 passing yards, and no touchdowns and 3 interceptions, and his longest pass of the day was from 23 yards. Elijah Mitchell had 21 rushing attempts for 133 yards and 2 touchdowns, and his longest run of the day was from 30 yards. James Conner had 7 rushing attempts for 16 yards, a touchdown, and his longest run of the day was from 7 yards. And Kyle Juszczyk had 8 rushing attempts for 28 yards. The touchdown is the longest run of the day was from 8 yards. Deebo Samuel had 6 catches for 114 yards with 2 touchdowns, and its longest catch of the day was from 55 yards. Jonah Williams allowed 3 sacks. Elijah Mitchell allowed a sack. James Conner allowed a sack. Colton McKivitz allowed a sack. Hajante Froholt, I don't know if I said that name right, he allowed a sack. And Paris Johnson Jr. allowed 4 sacks. Leonard Floyd had 4 sacks. Nick Bosa had 4 sacks. Kevin Bivens had a sack. Bilal Nichols had a sack, and Dennis Gardeck had a sack. Jake Moody made 2 field goals, and his longest field goal was from 30 yards, and Matt Prater missed 2 field goals. Blake Gillikin had 5 punts for 233 yards, and his longest punt of the day was from 48 yards. And Mitch Wishnowski had 3 punts for 149 yards, and his longest punt of the day was from 53 yards. Greg Dortcham had 4 returns for 92 yards, and his longest return of the day was from 26 yards. And Isaac Guerrero had 2 returns for 44 yards, and his longest return of the day was from 22 yards. Greg Dortcham had 2 returns, 2 punt returns for 13 yards, and his longest return of the day was from 8 yards. And Deebo Samuel had 5 returns for 27 yards, and his longest return of the day was from 17 yards. And that is pretty much all the stats from this game, as San Francisco blow out the Arizona Cardinals 41-7. Yeah, I think the 49ers are pretty are a real deal here. They're 5-0 on the season, and meanwhile the Cardinals fall to 1-4. Okay. Advance. Oh, we got a lot of upgrades, especially a really good one. Cameron Latsu will be in 66 overall. Brandon Ayuk will be in 92 overall. Jake Moody will be in 76 overall. And Ricky Pearsall will be in 74 overall. So the 49ers are just getting better and better. Question is, who will beat them? Who knows? Oh, actually, we got one more thing to look for here. Oh, Cardinals. Okay, and it looks like the Cardinals got some upgrades as well. And it will be Dante Stills will be in 70 overall. Okay. So I don't know if the next game that will be simulating will be for this afternoon as well, or if it will be happening like next Sunday, because I do got some stuff going on. Well, yeah, I have some stuff going on this weekend. Like I'm going to Six Flags with my brother on Friday, and then I'm going to go golfing with my family on Sunday. So I say these only the 2 videos that I got coming out tonight will be the that I got they're coming out this afternoon, or the only ones that'll be coming out. But there'll be more on the way, so make sure you guys hit that. Oh, hold up. Sorry. So yeah, that will pretty much be the end of the video. So thank you guys so much for tuning to this video. If you guys made it to the end of this video, make sure you guys smash the like button, hit that subscribe button down below if you're on the road to 400 subscribers. And with that, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your night. And as always, stay awesome. Let's go.